Good morning, Trojans. Today's date is January 22nd, and it's B-Day. I'm Nick Gallagher.
And I'm Luca Palermo. Today's quote is from Mother Teresa, who was an Albanian Indian Catholic nun and the founder of the Missionaries of Charity. She treated everyone with compassion and supported them regardless of their religious beliefs or social status. Her efforts helped millions of people who were suffering from disease, poverty, homelessness, and starvation.
She had this to say, quote, "Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier," unquote.
Today in history, in 1973, the U.S. Supreme Court legalized abortion. The liberalization was caused by Roe v. Wade, which was overturned in 2022.
So some of the things that we do in the club are getting feedback on each other's writing, sharing stories that we've made, also just kind of catch up with friends as well. I think people should be interested in writing because it helps out in the long term, especially with current high school activities.
Spring membership registration continues this week for Petaluma High chapters of National Honor Society and California Scholarship Federation. Go by room C14 to pick up your application.
The deadline is this Friday at 3 p.m. No late applications will be accepted.
Seniors who wish to hold CSF lifetime membership must apply this spring semester to earn their cords, pins, and certificates at graduation. CSF also awards 2 scholarships of $250 each spring to 2 lifetime member seniors through the PHS scholarship process.
Students in grades 10 through 12 can join NHS, while all students of all grades can join CSF.
Join the CSF NHS Google Classroom for more information. The classroom code is C35TGP5.
The Petaluma Wildlife Museum has another spotlight. Let's meet Ditto, the African spurred tortoise.
What's up, dude? It's time to eat. Yes.
This is Ditto, our African spurred tortoise, also known as a sulcata tortoise.
I'm Maya Skolnick. I'm Ever Sick.
I'm Natalie Francis.
I'm Ashanti Geronimo.
And we're all senior docents at the Petaluma Wildlife Museum.
Their shells are obviously a physical feature that stands out a lot. The top of the shell is called the carapace, and the bottom is called the plastron. Shells are actually a part of the tortoise's spine, like an extension of bone that wraps around to create a shell.
Ditto has a condition called pyramiding. Pyramiding occurs when the individual sections on the shell, called scutes, develop into these spikes or pyramids. We don't know for sure what causes pyramiding, but it's theorized to be connected to diet and other poor living conditions. Ditto's particular pyramiding developed with his past owner, who fed him poorly and did not give him the nutrients he needed. As a result, Ditto came to the museum stunted in growth and with high pyramiding, but now that he lives a healthier lifestyle, he is growing more and his shell is flatter.
To start with some tortoise biology, African spurred tortoises are native to Central Africa. They are diurnal, meaning that they're generally active during daylight hours. African spurred tortoises live to be 80 to 100 years old, and they can grow to be over 100 pounds. They are able to dig and create tunnel systems using V-spurs on their forearms. They are so big and strong that they can even dig into concrete. These tortoises can dig 30-foot deep dents to stay cool when the day is warm. The dents later get used by other animals as shelters too.
The tortoises can survive for weeks without eating or drinking, but when they find water, they will drink 15% of their body weight. African spurred tortoises are vegetarians, and they get both their food and water from succulents they consume.
Deto gets his water from the liquid stores and the lettuce he eats.
African spurred tortoises have been listed as endangered by the IUCN Red List since 2013. Their population is decreasing in the wild due to habitat loss. This loss of their habitat is due to their lands being developed for people to live there and for domestic animals to graze. Habitat loss for these tortoises is also caused by desertification, which is when fertile land is turned into desert because all of the water has been drained from it.
African spurred tortoises are popular in the pet trade because they are really small when young. Pet owners often don't realize how big they'll grow when they're small babies. Often pet owners don't have the resources to support them once they get so big. Deto is stunted in growth due to malnutrition from his past owner. He should be at least 100 pounds by now, but he was much smaller, around 50 pounds currently. Deto is too small to dig through concrete because of this, but he does dig.
These concerns are common among animals' conditions in the pet trade, especially when they are bigger animals and people can't support them as easily. Pet owners often don't realize what they're getting themselves into when they buy a little baby African spurred tortoise.
Tortoises are cold-blooded, and their body temperatures are set at the temperature of the environment around them. Thus, when it is sunny and warm, Deto loves going outside to warm up. At night, when it's cold, he needs to go back in his barn. Every night, a museum student who is a member of Deto's army will travel to the museum at sunset to make sure that Deto and our other tortoises are safe in their barns.
Deto lives in the museum's beautiful Gonzales tortoise garden. He is critical to the museum because he's a great animal ambassador and he's a way for kids to connect with animals by feeding him. Whether you're a docent or a visitor, everyone who meets Deto is bound to love him.
If you have any questions about the public speaking class, you can email Mr. Takata at ptakata@pk12.org.
Here are the clubs meeting today.
The BIPOC Club meets in F4. If you want more information, you can contact Jaden Gregorio at jgregorio24@pk12.org.
Miss Faith Ross from Petaluma Blackshear Community Development will be coming to the BIPOC Club meeting on Monday to describe the plans for their Black History Month celebrations. If you are interested or would like to join them as a volunteer, then you should go to their meeting in F4 today.
That's it for today's program. Stay safe with our charges and make it a great day!